The year was 1938. The nation had its eyes on Europe and its mind on the brink of World War II. Back home in Portsmouth, Virginia, city officials were gearing up to wage a multi-year battle of their own. Only here, the front lines presented a fight against unsafe and unsanitary housing and an urgent need to house wartime defense workers in the city's burgeoning shipbuilding industry. Bolstered by the new Virginia law that allowed the creation of local housing authorities, city officials did just that. By 1940, work began in earnest to meet the pressing need for safe, cost-effective built housing. The new efforts would touch off the construction of 6 public housing projects over the next 7 years, totaling $10 million. Communities with names now familiar to most of us: Dale Homes, Swanson Homes, and Jeffrey Wilson Homes among them. Those early efforts of the Portsmouth Housing Authority only encouraged city officials further. By 1946, the Portsmouth Housing Authority added redevelopment to its name, positioning itself to become a vital force in the creation of a new and improved Portsmouth. The years that followed brought more big changes and revitalization to Portsmouth's neighborhoods and business corridors. Along with them came vastly improved property values that continue to generate millions in tax revenues for city services. In the 600 block of High Street, neglected, time-worn properties were acquired, sold, and renewed to become one of downtown's most successful retail blocks. Loans were provided to property owners across the Old Town Conservation District to improve businesses and residences. In Mount Hermon, PRHA turned unproductive blocks into 61 acres of tax-generating residential, retail, and office space. Along the downtown waterfront, a new Renaissance hotel, Admiral's Landing condos, and the shimmering harbor towers put a welcoming new face on the city. Southside's Port Center Commerce Park emerged into 60 acres of office, flex, and light industrial space near downtown Portsmouth and Interstate 264, with room to grow. Meanwhile, in Midtown Portsmouth, years of decline were reversed with the welcomed addition of a new Chick-fil-A and a Walmart supercenter. And at Victory Crossing, popular retails like Farm Fresh, Lowe's, and others generated solid new jobs, fabulous shopping options, and millions in annual tax revenue. Fast forward to today, 75 years later. While the needs and demands may have changed over the last 75 years, the original mission has never wavered: a better Portsmouth. Across the city, vital business corridors and properties long in decline are being revitalized and repurposed. Areas that operated tax-free are being transformed into revenue-generating assets that support crucial services and create solid jobs for city residents. New marketing efforts are helping lure new business, developers, and companies to the city, together positioning Portsmouth as a warm, welcoming place to do business and call home. Those early projects created by the original Housing Authority are still part of the city's fabric. Many of the original wartime housing communities we repurposed as public housing. Today, those properties are either being updated as safe, affordable housing for low-income residents or demolished and rebuilt as inviting, friendly neighborhoods of multifamily and single-family homes. Using a blend of tax credits and federal Hope 6 grants, dilapidated, crime-plagued barrack-style buildings at public housing communities such as Ida Barber and Jeffrey Wilson were demolished. In their places came the bright new Westbury and Seaboard Square communities, inviting new residents with colorful single-family, duplex, and apartment homes filled with modern amenities and neighborhood conveniences. Even an 1800 city water pump facility was converted into a children's splash park. The low-income residents displaced by the demolitions were far from forgotten. Many were ushered into successful job training, money management, and self-sufficiency programs. Some became residents and homeowners in the new communities. Westbury and Seaboard Square and other revitalization projects funded by the authority have done more than create new residential neighborhoods. They have invited new private retail investment in surrounding areas that had previously shied away. From Hope Village to Park View to downtown, a new Portsmouth is taking shape. 75 years after its founding, the Portsmouth Redevelopment and Housing Authority is still hard at work and has recently won 3 national awards of excellence for the Seaboard Square property, the new Splash Park, and the PRHA Scholarship Program, all while continuing to pave the way for future public revitalization and sound private investments, making Portsmouth more inviting than ever.